Truth is knowledge of things as they are, as they were, and as they are to come. Truth is referred to as light. Without the characteristics of light, nothing would grow and nothing could be seen. It creates all life on earth and drives its climate and weather. We partake of its energy every single day, which becomes a part of our physical bodies. If we stopped partaking of that vibrating energy, we'd rapidly die. And it's exactly the same if we stopped partaking of the laws of truth and love. The atmosphere would be destroyed, all the trees and plants would die, and the planet would become an inactive ice ball. The gases in Earth's atmosphere protect us from temperature extremes and overpowering high-frequency light radiation that's emitted from the sun. Nature shows us that without the protection of the atmosphere, we could not endure the cold of space or the heat of the sun. Our atmosphere is representative of Jesus Christ, our mediator between us and the overwhelming consciousness of God the Father. The collective consciousness of all seeds should emulate Christ's harmony between the sun and the earth. The only way a seed can ensure its prosperity is through enhancing other organisms in its surrounding environment, just as a flower enhances the life of a honeybee and vice versa. Comprehending the teachings and example of Jesus Christ ensures our infinite prosperity. Obtaining light carries with it a responsibility to enhance the life of humanity, or future enlightenment will be lost. Sharing the energy of pure love multiplies heightened awareness within the body of humanity. It's estimated that over 1 million Earths can fit inside the sun. Can something as gigantic and as powerful as the sun create itself, considering that outer space is mostly filled with nothing? Just as the sun's energy is woven into our physical body, a part of God's consciousness is hidden below our surface. Again, nature shows us the truth of this concept through Earth's thermal heat or magma beneath its crust, which heat is also a trait of light. Far too many ignorant assumptions are taught as truth in our schools. Please watch the documentary Expelled, No Intelligence Allowed, and seriously consider the consequences. Scientific methods have proven the earth is not flat. Those methods are finding more evidence of a supreme creator, and once again the truth is being suppressed. Can the limited physical perception of an amoeba prove to that amoeba that Disney World exists? The mystery of our existence is not so mysterious if we can see that human reality is comparable to that of an amoeba's limited perception. Can love's impact be proven as an eternal force for good when the results are misconstrued by the constant variable of human error? Stereotyping confines us to the inactive solitude of a conceptual cul-de-sac. Many men who believe they're wise say that man had a beginning, which by saying so proves that we must have an end. The element and energy that our body now consists of cannot be destroyed, so it could not have had a beginning. We know that element and energy can never be destroyed. It may be organized and reorganized, but not destroyed. The laws of element and energy are consistent with the laws of consciousness. The harmony of those three dimensions reveals to us that everything is connected and has an eternal impact upon the consciousness of every living thing. Every hair on your head is numbered. Every one of those hairs that falls to the ground is noticed, and the love that God has for each conscious entity is indescribable. If men do not comprehend the character of God, they do not comprehend themselves. The word create means to organize, the same as a man would organize materials to build a ship. God had materials to organize our dimension out of chaotic matter. The genetic instructions of DNA are assembled by vibration that's sung by an illuminated choir. Why does the harmony of unique voices depend upon the frequency of tones and a conductor's baton? It's absurd to think that energy and element could appear from nothing, but it's just as laughable to say that consciousness could create itself. Just like element and energy, consciousness has always existed. The level of consciousness varies in every organism, but the true desire of every organism is to comprehend more truth and love, which will bring it closer to a complete state of indescribable bliss. The absence of complete consciousness in ourself causes all forms of disharmony and a diluted perception of truth. This vibrating light energy within everything is something we should study. I have found that this energy or light field can be measured and photographed. We're alive only because God's consciousness directs and resides within all life. The life-giving light frequency of the sun's energy proves this point to be true in our physical dimension, but there is a spiritual dimension that cannot be seen with unpurified eyes. Radio waves cannot be seen with your eyes, but your ears can prove those waves exist. There are many dimensions of creation, but those who wait to detect them only with their physical senses will severely impede their metamorphosis. Is sight more important than hearing? Is the brain more valuable than the blood that sustains it? The entire body of humanity is equally important. Nature has taught me of my connection to every person and every living thing imaginable. If it were possible for us to number the particles of Earth, then times that number by millions of Earths like this, it would not be a beginning to the number of God's creations, yet He is the conductor that sustains each of those individual particles in its proper order. The reality of comprehending God smothers my pride and fear. One of the best things we can do in this world is to contemplate God. He is everything that is compassion, life, joy, truth, peace, and beauty. Since God is the source of everything that encompasses love, the closer we approach Him, the more profoundly we experience all that is love. What we love is what we seek. What we seek determines what we think and do. What we think and do determines who we are and who we will become. The existence of humanity can be compared to one breath of air or one meal being absorbed into an organism. This life is our chance to morph into a higher level of God's body of life organizing energy. Has your seed produced nutrients out of chaos that are considered worthy of absorption into God's body? Excruciating misery is seeing that you've come short of the awesome joy and glory that others enjoy with God. The deepest sadness is learning that you could have achieved this unity, but you let selfishness, arrogance, and hate deceive you in your earthly existence. If you're expelled from His body, you'll wish to be given another chance to prove your actions or state of being can enhance life. Eternal life in the presence of our God is the most intense joy and love that any life form can ever experience. In order to be with Him, we must become like Him. Are we comprehending the teachings of Jesus Christ in order to be worthy of this eternal joy? What have we done for someone today? Our accomplishments mean nothing if loving service to others is not our motive. Those who live only for themselves eventually shrivel up and figuratively lose their lives. Charity, the pure love of Christ, is not a single act. It's an internal condition or state of being. Help the oppressed, aid the despondent, uplift those in sorrow, because we're all connected. When the dial on the wheel of sorrow eventually points to us, some of those we've loved will support and comfort us. Family members, friends, acquaintances, and even strangers need our attention, our encouragement, our support, our comfort, and our kindness. The more seeds of love we sow, the more likely we'll be prepared to live the higher laws that are required to dwell with God. What kind of seeds have we been sowing? Internalization of charity is what qualifies us to be gathered into His bloodstream of active creation. Opportunities to change lives and destinies with our comprehension are endless. If we act as if we're God's hands here upon earth, we'll see with God's eyes in heaven. We're completely and unconditionally loved with such immensity that we're literally a participating part of God's body of creative unity in this dimension. One of my favorite examples of truth an animal has revealed to us is a state of unity called Zion. Penguins bring forth the next generation or renewed consciousness in a state of darkness because the sun doesn't rise above their horizon for months. That state of darkness is symbolic of our current separation from the full light and knowledge of God. The parents willingly go without food for up to 4 months in order to support and protect the new life that they delicately balance on their feet. They endure the coldest and harshest environment on earth. They sacrifice without complaint because they're aware that cooperation with the laws of their environment will allow their determination to breed replenished consciousness. Such determination amazes me. Penguins show us that we must cooperatively synergize our unique individualities into a body that actively creates unity, which is essential for the development of consciousness. This beautiful truth can be seen when the penguins form a tight group huddle in order to survive the deadliest winter storms in the darkest part of the planet. The truth of unity as the key to life can be seen in the structure of our solar system all the way down to the smallest atom. as scattered negative electrons circle around a united body of positive protons. Unity or selfishness is our choice. Truth and love can be revealed to us through nature and everything that's around us. Live in a state of patience and forgiveness, allowing others to make their own choices. Teach by example and unconditional compassion. We must open our mind and seek answers to our questions. There is no fear in love. Make your election sure by choosing to obtain love, act with love, and become love. Please help me spread the seed of love by sharing this video with all your friends and family. If you'd like to contact me or obtain a copy of this on DVD, I can be contacted via email at compassionfortruth@gmail.com. Thank you.